Testing. Testing. Test. Testing. Well, now I need to make sure I know what the default is. So let's go. Sorry for those of you who are trying to sort this out. Okay. Testing. Testing. Okay, we're on the right mic. We are on the right mic, but we may not have it at the right levels. So I want to put it somewhere where it's not gonna, where it's gonna sound good. Testing 1, 2. There. Okay, we definitely got that. Okay. So now the screen's locked. This should be live. I am not seeing chat. So let's get that fixed here in a minute. Well, my apologies to everybody. I'm not seeing docs chat. There we go. There's the YouTube chat. You sexy beast. There we go. Let's see. Oh, this is frustrating. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Okay, finally. That was annoying. Finally, it allowed me to confirm. Okay, this is absolute crap. So you just said hi to Arden, but Arden's not here. Once again, somebody else says hi, Arden. Arden is not here, but I'm sure she'd be happy to know that you all are saying hello. There's nobody behind the curtain. It's just me. But I am currently I want to see. There's not a lot more snake bins now, Calasia. There's pretty much the same as there's been for a long time, but all right, I've got a gnat in here all of a sudden. And for some reason, this is only doing the left side, so all right, so now it should be mono left, right. Yeah, there we go. All those racks are not even have my first one built. So one of the things is that I like to be able to read chat, but I'm in the snake room, and man, is it crowded in here. So what I'm thinking is, can I pull chat completely out, move it over here, and then move this over here. All right. So what's wild is with my glasses, I can read my phone, but I can't see the computer screen. I'm waiting for the OK Grandpa stuff. All right, now it should be the case that I can get the audio going and this separate. So let me come over here. Okay. So we're set. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to be working, and that means I'll be taking questions and interacting as much as I can. My apologies if the microphone gets pushed up against me or whatever. I could probably take it off and leave it somewhere in the room here, and it would probably be maybe even better. But, so for example, what if I put this, if I set it right there, if I'm over here, that's a little quieter, but I can already see on the meter that it should be warm enough and loud enough for everybody to hear, whether I'm right here. So here, we'll do a mic check. I'm over here talking at a normal volume about our snake Einstein. And if you heard that, just type his name and I'll know that the audio is okay. So you heard Einstein? Quiet but doable. Well, the other option is for me to go change shirts so that I have a shirt that I can actually like clip the microphone onto. But I kind of like wearing my Epic Loot Exotic shirt, so I will try not to be over in the corner with my head pointed that way. But yeah, and I need to run over to my office and get the other pair of glasses. But I'm going to be going through a lot of snakes and answering questions and showing them off. And we're going to be moving new adult snakes in out of quarantine. But I'm also going to be bringing up 6 babies and cataloging those 6 babies. And I'm going to be messing around with a carpet python that is a little bitey. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm back. And one of the things I came back with is glasses number 2 that look exactly like glasses number 1, but they allow me to read the screen much more better. I guess I'm going to pull the camera up just a little bit. All right, what are we looking at now? Yep, that's probably a better look at the room. All right. So I'm going to start with husbandry on the big rack. So this is 10 V70 tubs. They're for primarily ball pythons that are 2,500 grams plus. So some of the bigger breeder females. Right now there's currently also a jungle carpet python in here as well. Most of these have brand new substrate and everything else. But what we're going to do, so this little cart here, I've got our water on it. I've also got our cleaning supplies. So there's chlorhexidine and F10. It doesn't matter. I don't need to use both of them. I just happen to have a spray bottle that has F10 and another spray bottle that has chlorhexidine. And they're both animal safe cleansing products that are used by zoos and stuff because they're safe. Now, this scale, I don't think I'm going to do any weighings today. We'll save that for maybe tomorrow because we definitely want to do some weighing, and we just did some ultrasounds 2 weeks ago, so we know roughly which girls are ready to produce and which ones aren't. If you all have questions at any time, ask away. Mostly, I'm just going to be working, and so it's really good to tag Epic Loot Exotics if you have a question for me, because I'm working, and so I'll be happy to answer, but I got to see them. Okay. Hey, buddy. Okay. So in the top tub, this is Tarzan. He is our Wow Line jungle carpet python. A really good boy. Love handling them. Carpets, I've got another carpet in the other room. She's a little bit brighter yellow, not a lot brighter, but you can see the coloration is kind of like a pale highlighter-y yellow. Do you have any blood pythons in your collection? No, we do not. We had a blood python temporarily, but it was a gift from someone that was trying to get out of their collection. Hey, you. And it was covered in mites, and we weren't going to bring it in here and potentially contaminate anything, so we just declined that one. And what I'm doing right now is basically cleanup. So he's a really good boy, and I could kind of let him roam around a little, but I haven't kept the snake room completely snake proof. So there are some small places that he could get into that would make it annoying for me to try to grab him and get him sorted. But I have a tub right here. It's right up front, completely empty, no substrate. Come here, buddy. You're just going in here. No. Going in here just for a few minutes while I clean up. Yeah, Tarzan's gorgeous. Wait till you see the new girl that we got. But I'm going through and picking up any bits of poop or urate, and checking the substrate to make sure that it's not at all moldy or anything like that. We'll add a little bit of water, but also we'll add a little bit of substrate. I like to keep enough for them to burrow around in and enough to like pick up some excrement. So Tarzan's tub, which he's getting moved to a 6-foot enclosure downstairs in the living room. But right now, he's got a nice, good enough tub up here. He is from the German Wow line. I didn't even close that all the way. You could have completely got out, buddy. But yeah, he's from the German. I'm sorry. Went nose to nose with him right there. Really sweet boy. Loves moving around and not a fan. There we go. Of his girlfriend so far. Not a fan of her. He's not. I'm a very big fan of his girlfriend. So that's Tarzan. Do you still have that one cantankerous snake? I have several cantankerous snakes. I'm going to be working with one of them, bringing her in here out of quarantine, and that's the female zebra jungle carpet python that hasn't bit me yet, but did bite its previous owner. All right. So this is one of our two really, really big girls. She is cinnamon mahogany. Just absolutely beautiful. All I'm doing with her right now, doing the exact same thing that I did for Tarzan. I am looking to see if there's any piles of poop or urate. There are not any. We ultrasounded her. She's producing follicles. So we've been pairing her with a super mahogany, possible super mahogany cinnamon male. We're not completely sure yet. And she is either his mother or aunt. We're not sure, because I have both. I have the one that is his mother and the one that is his aunt, and I don't know which one's which. But near kin breeding in ball pythons and in reptiles in general has not been shown to be problematic. So this is her sister. Exact same genes. Mahogany, cinnamon. She is also a very, very big girl. But you can see the coloration and the pattern. They look almost identical. They are both cinnamon. They are both mahogany. And one of them is our Suma boy's mom, and the other one is his aunt. Okay, you're looking good. There wasn't hardly anything to clean there. So we'll put some water in your bowl. One of the things that I did, I like to make sure that we have extras of everything on hand, and so I have both chlorhexidine and F10, and I have extras of both of those things. Similarly, there's a Freedom Breeder rack that has 40 tubs, and I have about 20 or so extra spare tubs so that we can do a swap of half of the unit, get that half cleaned and put it in if something were to happen. Similarly, I have this ARS rack, and I have another spare set of 20 tubs, like a dozen that are clear, and a dozen or so that are the opaque, so, for the same reason, just so we can swap what we need. But we didn't have extra tubs for this rack, and that's what I purchased. And it's one of the reasons we're starting with that rack. And so these are all the 7 of the V70 tubs that came in. They're the exact same as the ones in that rack. And so I don't think any of these need to be swapped today. And if they don't, these tubs will get put up on top of that rack over there. But if any of them do, I at least finally have the spare tubs. We have done a really good job of building up a great operation here. And hey, Brittany. So Brittany is in shed. Brittany is a normal that is het dreamsicle. And this might be the last year that we actually breed her. Like after this year, we might release her. But it depends on how many eggs she produces and how many of them hit. But here we go. Now, wow, Pebbles, what are you doing? It's not feeding day. There's nothing going on here. There's nothing for you to bite. Okay. We're gonna give you a whole new tub. So we'll move you into here, into this temporary tub. That's how one got out right there. I've got to do some work on that rack. All right. So yeah, this tub is just getting completely replaced. It's just got a little bit of substrate that's kind of old. There's a lot of dried urate. What is your favorite snake that you own at the moment? Probably the false water cobra. It's really difficult to tell. I'm not very good about favorites in general. I don't tend to have favorites. But if you were like, hey, the house is on fire, ignoring monetary value, what snake are you going to grab first? It might be the false water cobra. There's a couple other candidates. I mean, it wouldn't be the boiga just because I think in that last ditch situation of grab a snake, I don't think I want to grab one that is almost certainly going to bite the crap out of me. So that boiga's out. It might be that carpet right there. It's really hard for me to tell. I don't do favorites really, but to the extent that I had a favorite, that might be it. All right. So over in this tub off to the side is cocoa fiber substrate. Generally, we buy the breeder blocks and then soak them with water to expand them. And we've tried several different brands of coconut substrate. We have used ReptiChip. We've used the Freedom Breeder brand. I forget all the various cocoa husks solutions that we've used over the years. But I have a new one that I bought just to try it out real quick. It doesn't come in a condensed block, so you don't get very much. But this is the Brian Barczyk Reptile Prime substrate. And I got it today. What I noticed right off the bat is that this substrate is very finely ground. Not quite to the point of being dust, like some of the cocoa block things are that you, I mean, where they're just like dirt texture. This is better than that, but I think it's going to be great for the hatchling snakes. So when we bring the hatchlings and stuff up, that's what we're going to be putting it in their hatchling tubs. All right, come here, you. Pebbles here is a pastel Inchy, and then either butter or lesser, because butter and lesser are the same gene. But we want to pair her with our bell boy. So, were there any notes on her tub that I need? 2677. So she had a weight of 2677, which I don't even need to note down. She's she's a proven breeder multiple years over, and we're tracking her weight just more as like a curiosity. So, or to make sure that she doesn't start losing weight. All right. Let's check. We're going to check the rest of these. Hello, Ariana. Okay. We want to, we want to get you. She shed out. And so, you're okay. There's nothing about her enclosure that is dirty other than there's a fresh shed. All right, what do you got? Okay. You got a couple of turd things and urates that we can go ahead and clean up right here. We set you just right there. Only take me a couple of moments. Take a, I thought I had a good, I guess I don't. I guess I will move this entire box of substrate over. So some of the bricks, it's a little hard to get the right amount of water. We go through a lot of water. in part because I need to make sure that substrate stays moderately moist so that they have sufficient, hey, come here. You want sufficient humidity so that they can shed cleanly, but you want to make sure that you don't get any scale rot, belly rot, respiratory infections, anything like that. So all we're doing right now, and I already checked Laverne earlier. Hi Laverne. It's nice of you to come up front here, but yeah, you're okay. Okay, so the last ones we're just checking their water. Yeah, Carrie's good. And Lauren Bulbert is also good. We name all of our clown girls, after Republican women. Okay, so that tub won't close all the way. So that is pretty good. I'm thinking might as well bring the babies up, and we can do the babies. Show them off a little bit. Where are they going? Okay. I'm gonna do a quick review of what's in here right now. So number 56, yes. 57, yes. 77, okay. 104, yes. 113, 111. Alright. 63. You're good. 62, okay. Now that is the male inception. Okay, and that is the female inception that we're keeping. Alright, wow, you look great. Then we have a couple of female inceptions that are for sale. Yes, you are one. You are one. Okay. Okay, you're one of the three from the Calico Clutch. You are one of the three from the Calico Clutch. You are the last one, yep, from the Calico Clutch. Then the Banana Clown, which I'm amazed is still here. Alright, and then you are a bell. A bell. A bell. A bell. And that is one of the two bell twins. Okay. Then this is the Kenyan sand boa. This is also a Kenyan sand boa. Okay. And then that is empty. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8, 9. Alright, so there's 9 available from that. And there are 5 from the gray matters, and so the other one are, yeah, we'll do this 6 down below. And we're going to mark those as, let's see. Holy bro, got a roll, thanks. Yeah, no worries, sir. Okay. So we're going to do this as, there are 6 of them. All right. Skelly Varda number 1. Number 2. And number 6. Okay. Now we already have the new Reptile Prime substrate ready to go in there. I guess I might as well just do that. Yeah, if I put those in there, then I just need to grab 6 bowls. Which, actually don't need 6 bowls yet. I just need 3 or 4 bowls for the last group. Because these guys aren't getting water yet. Okay. So this is the Reptile Prime substrate that we're going to use for this group of hatchlings. This is the first time we've used this particular substrate. I'm going to that lump. Let's see what's okay. This is definitely, as a substrate, it is drier and finer than the other ones that we normally use. I'm going to put some water here. We just want to get the entirety of this substrate. We want it to be moist. Okay. So all I'm doing with this substrate is I've just kind of guesstimated at, if you fill up the back 4 inches and then kind of spread that out, I want to leave a little space at the front for the water bowl, and then the rest of this is just loose dry substrate. Put a little water in it, and that should maintain the humidity pretty well. This is a different brand than we're used to, but it's still just coconut husk. If anything, I think this one's going to end up being a little too dry. Alright. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tubs that are all prepped for the babies that are downstairs in the incubator. And I'm going to bring them up. I'm going to show them off a little bit by talking about the genetics. The genetics of the parents and what combinations we could potentially get versus what we actually did get. And so, let me put a glove up here. Step 1 is going to be moving those brand new empty tubs that are our spare tubs for the V70 rack, so that when those need it, I have tubs good ready to go. And stored up top nicely. All right. Make sure that, yes, you guys can see right here very well. Okay, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to get myself a Gatorade to drink. And I'm going to bring back my Gatorade and the 5 or 6 new baby snakes to go into the hatchling rack. So, here we go. My apologies for how bored you're about to be for the next 3 minutes. Okay. So the two snakes that we paired up for this particular group of babies is Varda, who is just a yellow belly. Yellow belly is often difficult to spot, but you can see how light the color, light the belly is, along with kind of a checkered pattern along the side. But the big tell is the flaming lightness, kind of pixelated flaming lightness that comes up between the alien heads. Yellow belly is part of the superstripe complex, and makes a number of allelic combinations. So there's several genes that are all part of the superstripe complex, and because you can only have two genes on any one allele, and the superstripe complex are all in the same allele, you could have two copies of yellow belly, or you could have yellow belly and spark, or you could have two copies of spark, but you couldn't have two copies of yellow belly and a copy of spark or anything else in that allele. And so yellow belly gets combined with asphalt, gravel, spark, and spectre. Those are all in the yellow belly complex, or in the superstripe complex. Super yellow belly is ivory. It's a white snake. But the others add various degrees of striping and changes to the pattern as well. Incredible changes to pattern. But the father that we paired her with is Skeletor, and he is banana, lesser, fire, spot nose, and yellow belly. Now, you can see the default banana coloring, but I will also say he hasn't developed any spots, which means he's either super banana, but we know he's not because none of the babies, not all of the babies are banana, and if he was super banana, all the babies would be banana. So we know he's not super banana. So what's the explanation for no spots? Well, it turns out banana with spot nose also gets rid of the banana spots. And maybe lesser. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not spot nose. Maybe it's lesser that does that. Anyway, this is Skeletor. He has banana, lesser, fire, spot nose, and yellow belly. And so he's fading out to kind of a dullish yellow, but his breeding potential is really going to show off here because every single baby in this group is going to have access to the same genes, but none of them are going to have, there's no requirement that any of them have any particular gene. Both parents have yellow belly, but it's possible that neither of them passes the yellow belly gene on. So you may or may not get yellow belly. But because none of them are ivory, none of these babies are pure white, we know that none of them got two copies of yellow belly. So we can completely ignore all the moms on the gene side for the purpose of this experiment. And the only genes that we have access to are banana, lesser, fire, spot nose, and yellow belly. That's a 5-gene snake. And one of the ways that we can be confident that it's a 5-gene snake is I'm getting ready to show you the babies. And we're going to try to figure out what they actually are. I can tell you that none of them are all 5, because none of them are exact duplicates of their father. Spot nose often has a skeletal face that's on the head, but when you add lesser and fire in, those visual presentations are not as obvious. And so you have to look for other things, changes in the pattern, etc. Now this is a shoebox that we bought. I wanted to experiment with this to see how it was for incubating eggs. And once you tape up the big holes that are on this side and this side, which I just did tape on both sides, it's not going to hurt the eggs. This thing works great, but it's also a little weak. And I worry that if the snakes stay in here for too long, they'll just find a way to press up and get out of this, which is why I had so much duct tape on this. But here are the snakes. I'm going to show them off and see if I can figure out the best way to do this. Sorry, I didn't plan to do a proper photo shoot on these babies. And I just realized how difficult it's going to be to both move the cart the way I want to and adjust the camera. All right. Let's see if we can even do this. All right. So one of the first things that we did, make sure I've got my audio and everything else. I'm gonna hook the mic back up to me. Put it on an angle over there like that. There we go. So one of the first things that we do when we look at a clutch like this is we say, okay, we can easily spot some differences. And that's one of the reasons why I don't trust these clamshells. But there are the 5 snakes right there. Let me get this clamshell put back together. Sorry, 6 snakes. I didn't mean to slight one of them by saying 5, but 6 is what we've got here. And one of the first things that we can do is say, okay, let's figure out which of these are banana. And it's pretty obvious. These 3 have banana. The coloration. Now this one is almost identical to the father and may in fact be the Aulgine snake. I see spot nose on the head stamp. A banana is obvious. I see yellow belly. And so the question is, do we have lesser and fire or just one? These two snakes, I think, are the same. I think these... Whoa, come here, you little slippery snot. These two snakes, I think, are exactly genetically the same. And I think they are both banana, yellow belly, or maybe not. Banana, yellow belly, lesser spot nose. I don't know. This one is easy because this one is just yellow belly and spot nose. And the head stamp is kind of the prime way to tell spot nose. And so this is spot nose, yellow belly. These two, I think, are spot nose, lesser yellow belly, or fire yellow belly spot nose, and lesser fire yellow belly spot nose. Hey, you need to stop trying to run away. But that's kind of the process, is that when you get a good collection of snakes like this out of a clutch, what I'm looking at is contrast. Be like, oh, okay, I know the ones that have banana. I know these three don't have banana. This one doesn't have lesser and probably doesn't have fire, so it's probably just yellow belly and spot nose. What's wild is I think almost all of these got spot nose. But this is the everything but banana snake, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to put you there, everything but banana. And we're going to put the everything, which is I think this one here. Hello, you. The spot nose yellow belly just got away. And you're going to be in that one. The other one without banana here is going to be number 4. And then 3 here is going to be the everything snake. And then these two are the same. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. So, well, yeah, that's 4, that's 5, but we need to swap the tubs. Okay. So those snakes won't get a bowl of water until next week. We want to keep the humidity up, but boom, boom, boom. All right, how's that look? All right. So yeah, we want to keep the humidity up until they do their first shed, but we don't want to give them an actual thing to drink or something to soak in prior to that first shed. The first shed is one that I use to kind of tell how they're doing. Okay, we need to top off some water, and then we will finish putting water in the hatchling rack. So actually I probably have enough for all of that. So let's go ahead and do it. This is so weird because, oh, there it is. I was like, I just had the big thing of water, but I don't know where it went. And there it is. All right. I'll show off some other pretty babies. This is one of the babies that is just cinnamon. And the camera is actually doing an okay job of showing that cinnamon color. It's kind of, you know, dark cinnamony. So yeah, that is just cinnamon. And for contrast, this is lesser and cinnamon. So the exact same gene with another gene added that lightens the whole thing up. So you can see what lesser does. We had a picture we posted on Instagram of the cinnamon and the lesser cinnamon side by side. They're really pretty. We also hatched out some gray matters. You are in your water bowl, buddy. This is a regular gray matter, and as far as we can tell, it is in pristine shape. I haven't found any kinks or defects with this one at all. The gray patterning is just barely visible right now, and it may darken up a little bit, but this is the best gray matter we've produced. I just want to see if it will straighten out. Yep, no, this one's great. So that's a gray matter, which is super cinnamon and champagne. This is a lesser gray matter. So super cinnamon, champagne, and lesser. And because of the lesser, it actually leaves some orange along there, but that is essentially a lesser gray matter. And this one is from the same clutch, but is not a gray matter, because gray matter is super cinnamon champagne, and this one is cinnamon champagne and lesser. And so you get to keep that kind of orange coloring and that great head stamp on there. So this is cinnamon, champagne, lesser, and it's going to be just, I mean, the camera does not do this justice as to the yellow coloring, the kind of orangish yellow coloring on that. So we're going to give these some water. You need a water bowl. All right. Start down here at the bottom. I know you guys can't see anything really. I like to open these with a hook, not because there's anything dangerous, but because they get fed here, and so they will frequently come charging out. And none of them should be hungry because they all got fed just a couple days ago. But you never know. Well, that's cool. We did the bottom 3 rows. Get you guys some water. Okay. You need to get some water, buddy. All right, we have now watered everybody in the big rack and everybody in the baby rack, except for the 2 or 3 that aren't getting water this week because we're waiting for them to do their first shed out. All right. Next is going to be getting several tubs set up. I'm going to say in the ARS rack. Are they live?
Yes.
You decide to run off while they're live?
It seems like 3 times for every show I've released that I don't host.
Luckily, I left the mic in there so that it wasn't on in here on that, but it won't matter. They can hear me now. Arden's producing a show over on the Line Network right now and snuck out to pee. I thought that was funny. Okay. So, empty spots in this rack. This one is empty. This one is empty. This one is empty. And I think we can take this one and move it over here. What I don't know is why that tub is a problem. But that can be 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to give the carpet clear tub. All right. Gas while I'm up here. Okay. Now all of a sudden that tub slot is workable. That wasn't workable a while ago, but all right. So just underneath Surfer Girl is where we're going to put the carpet. If ever there was a time that I was going to get fit, it's in about 5 minutes. So set your drinks down and prepare yourself for all right, so first things first, we're going to get a little bit of water. That's in there to knock the dust down and raise the humidity up just a little bit. And then these deli cups, even though they don't fit in the deli cup holders properly, that's where we put fresh water. And so this tub is now ready to go for our new carpet python. So if anybody's here, this is the point in the video where we're almost certainly going to get bit. And because I don't want to hurt our snakes at all, I have welding gloves. And I use these for the snakes. The snakes that are likely to bite, just so that there's no harm they can do to themselves. Because one of the things that happens when a snake bites is that if it hangs on and you jerk away or try to get away in any way, you can yank their teeth out. And so this way I can just let them hang on and let go on their own terms. Now, to be fair, this snake's never bitten me, but it did bite its last owner. And I really, really, really want to show her off a little bit because she is very pretty. And she is the future breeding project with Tarzan. And so she's a little small right now. Way too small to breed, but I mean she's a little small just in general. She's a couple of years we'll be raising her up. And over those couple of years, we'll be working with her to make her more handleable, easier to handle. we're gonna try this. I've got a piece of cork that should fit in here. And that'll give her a little something to get under and get on top of in here. But yeah, we're gonna get her out, show her off, and then get her put up. So let me get this glove. I hate this because this glove is the wrong glove for me. I would much rather have the left glove on. Okay. This is our girl. She is a zebra jungle carpet python. And has a little kind of Nova star looking thing on her head. Generally, she's pretty relaxed right now and has been really relaxed overall. But she will bite, and she is mildly agitated. Come here. Come here. I got you. I got you. There you go. Nope. Right in there. Let go with the thingy. There you go. So she didn't try and bite. She wasn't a problem. I'm pretty sure that we can continue to work with her, no problem at all over the next couple years, and she will be as easy to handle as Tarzan, if not easier. Because Jane downstairs is also a really easy snake to handle. All right. I have 3 other snakes that have been in quarantine and have passed their quarantine period. So these 3 have passed their quarantine period. They're going to go into 3 tubs over here. But we're going to clean up these tubs and get the enclosure information put on them correctly. So tub number 1, tub number 2. And I just noticed that tub number 3 is already set. So I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting one of these 3x5 card holders on there. And aha! This tub is not for that rack. And now that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I put all three of these there. It says 1, 2. I guess. I guess you're the third one. Alright, so I'll show you guys what I'm doing. We're going to clean off the front of the enclosures. And then I use index cards. And then these little sheets allow me to put index cards on the front of those drawers. So we have a set of 4 of them. We're going to start with these 3 and that clear plastic one. So that's got the carpet python in it. Okay. So I've got that on the carpet python one. All I want to do is clean off the front of these enclosures. Which I can do with just some paper towels and some F10. All right. Okay, we will put all 3 of these card holders on the fronts of these tubs. All right. So those little plastic tub things come 4 to a sheet. We bought a bunch of sheets of them, and so now I'm going to take index cards and just put down the details of those animals. So we'll do for the carpet girl. Yep, so I just put 0.1, so it's a female, carpet, zebra jungle, good to go. It's a little difficult putting the 3x5 cards in because you got to put them in from the bottom and you have to mount the thing with the opening down towards the bottom, because if you put them on the top, the lip for the tub means you can't ever get to them, or can't easily get to them to get them out. So, alright, we have 3 more snakes over here, which I'm going to look up. Ivory Het Desert Ghost female. Okay. The next girl is an Ivory 100% Het Desert Ghost. Okay, that was an Ivory 100% Het Desert Ghost female. And then we have this and that's the bell now. Okay. So do purple. Okay. Super Mojave. Alright, so that Super Mojave male. Okay. Okay. This is the Super Mojave male. Okay. And the last one. Okay. This last one is a bamboo banana pinstripe male. Now bamboo is in the Blue-Eyed Lucy category. And so there's a number of different girls we could pair that boy with and get bells and other things. But I am also interested in just getting some regular bamboos out, because while bamboo completely takes over and becomes almost the only thing anybody sees in most combinations, it's still a really cool looking morph. And I'm interested in seeing what potential combos may not have actually been produced yet with bamboo. Alright. So this is him, and you won't be able to see much. But bamboo, banana, and pinstripe. Doesn't really show up. All right. So everybody's got their new digs, and I'm calling it quits for today's stream. Should maybe look in on getting some food or something. But yeah, we got quite a bit done. But we're going to be putting those card holders on all the tubs. $6.11, $7.19. Is this... Alright, we're going to stop streaming, so...